Okay. Oh, where's my phone? There's my phone. Hello, everyone. Ooh, I am tired. A late start, but we'll get through the day. Somehow, let me get everything set up. Alright, there's that. Then we need to do... Hold on. Where else? Here. There it is. There we go. Okay. Now we need to do a mic check. Make sure everything's working there. Oop. Get it pulled up. Mic check, check. Alright, cool. Everything's working. Everything's working, so let's work. Okay, so you can tell by the title, there are some things that need to be fixed before we do anything. And the main thing is our aluminum. If we don't get that fixed, we're not going to be able to continue how we need. Come on, so close. There we go. Because what we're making needs aluminum. Aluminum casings, aluminum plates, whatever you want to call them. And we are making them here, so all we have to do is worry about transporting them. But before we can worry about transporting them, we need to get everything fixed up here. I need to remember when I go up there to bring the elevator back down so I ain't gotta wait on it.
Did you know elevators are considered very uplifting?
Oh, Ada got jokes. Ha ha ha. So how's everyone's day been? My day's been all right. Not too bad. A little bit of poetic justice at work. A little bit of art of war being implemented. Might sound weird and confusing, but if I described the situation, it would make sense. So our aluminum factory up here, right, is still being a butt. It runs well for a little while, and then something goes awry. And I don't know why. Alright, let's see. It's usually always the water. So we got plenty of water here. Plenty of water there. We are full in water, and we have alumina solution. Alright, alumina solution coming in. And then here we have too much water. So, what I'm thinking of doing is toning this water down. Instead of 240, let's tone it down to 230, and maybe that can do exactly what we need. Because it seems like we always have an excess of water. And even if everything clockwise is what it's supposed to be, which I believe we have 300 being made here. 360. We have 360 being made up here, right? 120 times 3. 20 times 3, 360. All right. Okay. 200 each. Just 600. So 600 minus 360. It's 240. So it theoretically it should be running right, but it's not. Why is this pipe? Okay. Let us drain this out and let it do its thing. Because maybe, just maybe, so if you can just continue doing that and hover right around that same amount, or even less, that's fine. Because if the water kind of slows down back there, right, and those back there pause just because the water flow isn't quite enough, I'd rather have that than have an overflow up here causing the water to have issues. And it stopped. Is it you? What is this pipe? Yeah, it stopped pretty quickly. Like, do I need to flush it out until this? Alright, it's actually running a lot better now. Was that really what was kind of messing with it? Was that one? Oh yeah, it's running real good now. Okay. And we're clogged. That was freaking quick, man. That was freaking quick. The problem with doing that is the flow is going to come back into here. What if we just let this completely drain out, yeah? Let this completely drain out and then reset it. I am tempted to make all the pipes 600. Maybe that'll help? I don't know. Because maybe that'll slow down the flow a bit. I mean, at least this way. $200, $200, $200. All right. I think next time I do this, instead of lining them up like this, right? I'm gonna have each one be its individual cell, you know? Feeding into itself. It'll make it a bit wider, but I think it'll function better. Which is funny, like right now, it's running just fine. I mean, it's not gonna run perfectly forever, but we're gonna keep it like that for a while because it's running better than what it was. That's filling back up, which is good. Okay, that at least, maybe possibly, fixed it temporarily. Water is finally becoming an issue, it looks like. You're not draining very well. If anybody should be like freaking full and fat, it should be. Alright, there it goes. Okay. It's just for some reason the water down here is just running weird. Look at it, it's full somehow. It should not be full. I don't know. I do not know. But things are running roughly kinda smooth. I don't know. Alright, now... See, out of nowhere, it just kinda... dies. Oh well. Running off is better than running not at all. So... in my opinion. We have such a backup of stuff though, like... except for down here. Which is crazy, because I can go to where I'm making aluminum for specific items way over there, right? Way over there. And it's a more complicated pipe system than that. Like, and it runs fine. It's so weird to me. I don't get it. It's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. But you are now empty of water, and then you down here should also be empty of water. So what we'll do is rehook this one and see what happens. I just wish there was a material nearby where I could, like, get rid of that. Like, there's no iron. There's no copper. There's no concrete. Another lick of iron. Copper. Just anything to turn that water into something else would be nice. There's copper down there. What about quartz? Is there any quartz nearby? I'm sure the only quartz is that one. That's why we're using it. Or, yeah. Okay, what about Caterium? Is there any Caterium nearby? Caterium down there. Other than that, it's just the dead zone. Limestone. Shoot, I'd even... Okay, so there is some limestone that's not too far from here. Where's that limestone at? That way? Where you at, limestone? You might get used. And abused. It is right there. Okay, so this might fix our issue that we're having. So if we run the excess pipe over there, right? And we have just the rest coming in, how much excess pipe excess water are we doing again? 120, 240, 360. I'm a dummy. No wonder we're getting full. These only do 300. We need 600 pipe. Okay, before we go fixing that, it's no wonder. $360 calls for a 600 pipe. I swear. Yeah, look, it's barely even filling up now. Barely. While the water is doing good up here. Barely even tapping out. Barely even tapping out. So was literally my own screw up, not paying attention to the numbers. We needed Mark II pipe the whole time while I'm trying to push too much water through a Mark III. No wonder, like I said, like over in that direction, we have like the most stupidly complicated pipe system with water running into this, using excess water from this, using water to pump some other stuff, and it ran fine. But this would not for some reason, and now I understand it. Now I understand. It wasn't the pipe's fault. It was my own stupidity. Yeah. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. What about down here? It's slowly starting to fill up. Alright, what we'll do is we will go ahead and set this up. So we need refineries, right? We should have pure limestone. Do we not have pure limestone? Wet concrete, that's what we need. Okay. 120, 240, 360. If we max this out, $250. 360 divided by 2. Hold on. 360 divided by 2, 180. So we need 2 of these at 180. Okay. Firework time. Okay. We know it's 360, but why is it? Oh, no, it's fine. Wet concrete. How much is it? It was 180, right? $180. Yeah, 180 water. 150? That's too much. 140. 145. 44? 144. We're gonna copy that. How much is that? 216. 216 times 2. 432. Was this a pure? It's a normal. So we'll need at least a Mark III. Hopefully that'll be enough. $432 should be. Probably don't even need a Mark III, but we're gonna do it anyways because we have them and we are capable of doing them. That's not what I needed. Okay. It's funny because before I thought this was just too much, or it would have been too far to even bother, right? But now with the distances I've now built with, it's like, nah, I can work with that. All right, logistics. We need a splitter. Wow, I flew off that thing. Splitter's gonna have Mark 1 here. It'll make all the sense in the world in a minute. And then we need refinery here and refinery here. This way the pipe can just go underneath. What did we say? 432? 432. What is 432 when it comes to belt? Mark 4. Okay, now pipe. Good thing is it's a downward trend, so that means the pipe should want to flow down here. Pretty well. There we go. Okay. Now we just need to run the pipe down. Instead of running it up there, actually, I think it'd be better if I run it even with everything else. Yeah. That would make more sense. Alright, we want to get rid of this. And then that's all gonna get changed soon. I'll leave it running for now. Stackable pipe. Let's get it to here. I should have done this from the beginning, man. Like... Could have saved me a lot of trips, a lot of headache. then we need this guy here and here. There we go. All right, that's hooked up. That's hooked up. Now, what we need to do is merger. $144 and 144. That's Mark 3. 144 times 2, 288. 288 is a Mark 4. And all of that is going to go into a nice little sink. There we go. There we go. I also need to run power over here. Actually, I don't want to hook that just yet. I want it to really start pumping out once everything is hooked up. What? You're supposed to be 2. There we go. Okay. That can be my prettiest work. Well, it's actually not bad. I do need to change that to a Mark II, though. That guy in, and we're done. Okay. That should be pumping out the concrete. 432, right? Let's double check. 216 times 2. 432. Okay. Water's gonna pump out super fast like. It's gonna fill all those up. And then we do need to change that water to 600. Which means I need to change all those pipes. I think. Yeah. I'll also need to do one of these guys. Ooh, copied it perfectly. Nice. Alright, let's change some pipe. After we fix that pipe. Okay, we got a lot of people coming in and out. I guess I just didn't care for the what we was doing. Okay. There we go. This water should be flowing out. Times 2 is 360. This water's gonna take... Oh, no, it's not. There we go. Water's flowing out, as it should. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You still run a bit slow, but that's fine. The water's got to catch up. That's all. But I think we're good now. Ugh, I think we're good. I think we're finally good, guys. I think we did it. Good thing is that's almost full. I do want to see something, though. I do want to see something, though. What part of it needs aluminum, and how much aluminum do we need? Alright. You need a singularity cell. We already have thermal propulsion. Singularity cell that needs nuclear pasta. We can reroute 2 of those. We just need to make 1 of those, which is the dark matter crystal, which we need dark metal crystal for that too. Okay. So it looks like total 60 dark matter crystals. More than that. Okay. But I'm not seeing any... There it is. Superposition oscillator. Which needs 30 per minute. 30 per minute makes 5 or 45 per minute for per 5. Okay. And we need that both for AI expansion and ballistic warp drive. 4 and 2. So 6 total. Okay. We have a lot of work to do. I can say that much. Okay, you guys are just backing up because you're just not getting enough fuel, huh? It's coming, it's coming. Pipes just, oof. Just need a minute. They just need a minute. They'll be fine. Alright, let's go back and start planning. You're not getting enough water? I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as the water keeps flowing, I'm happy. And that's probably why that concrete is there. It was almost specifically designed to go there to help with that. Alright, let's start designing. We need that first piece. Like I said, we're gonna try and fit it like somewhere in there. That first piece we're gonna work on. Biochemical sculptor. We need more fix-it trigons. We're already making an assembly director system. How many fix-it trigons do we need? If we want to make... Wait, no, we're already making this. Because we're making like 4 per minute, right? Hold on, we gotta get back. Because I just finished making something and I believe it was them. And I believe we're working on the 3rd piece. We're working on the 3rd piece out of phase 5. We're almost there. We're almost there. And once we get that 3rd piece going, it's going to feel like we're in the final countdown. getting that fourth piece up and running. Ballistic warp drive. One can hope. We have all that space just to the right. You see it? All this space right here. And look, there's some concrete. There might even be some iron around here we could use that we need to use too. Probably right over that hill. So why not just continue it that way? Yeah? We might run some into some elevation things, but that's fine. Yeah, look. Let's see, we needed 80 fix-it trigons. How many are we making? 84. So we're making 4 extra per minute. I wonder how much we can bump these numbers up. Because it looks like we'll need 80 more. We'll almost need to double what we're making here. I think we have this. I think it's this that's an issue. Okay. And if that's the issue, we can bump that up. We only need to double it, right? So we could always just sloop it. And then once we sloop it, we'll have the double we need. Okay, but before we do that, let's think on how we want to do this. So we have the biochemical sculptors being stored. Okay. Let's see. AI expansion. Okay, we have magnetic field generators. Cool. We need to make neural quantum processor. Okay. And we also need to make superposition oscillator. Okay. Magnetic field generator, no problem. We just have to move that in. We need to make neural quantum processor. We have those parts, essentially. We just need to move them in. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? Okay. Neural quantum processor ain't gonna be that bad. I just need to feed all of this in there. And then I'll have dark matter residue as a byproduct. And then with that dark matter residue byproduct, we can make dark matter crystals. Right? We're not making crystal oscillators anywhere, are we? Are we not making crystal oscillators anywhere? Bum 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 bum. Yeah, we are. We're making some up there. Up there. So we should be able to pull from that. And then the place we was just at with all the aluminum, we have to pull those out. Okay. So let's start with Singularity cells, where are those at? Those are right here. Those are actually not too bad. Because it makes a decent amount too. 10 per minute. How many do we need here? 5 per minute. So we only need to make 5 per minute. Alright, let's make the neural quantum processor. That's at an upward slope. So that'll be a problem. If we wanted to make the neural quantum processor up here, we could. What I'm thinking though, instead of making the neural quantum processor up there, it's a very fun word to say, by the way, neural quantum processor. Why not? Why not? Why not? Build it over here. Will we have the room? We'll find out. Okay, so those rocks don't break. That sucks. I wonder. We are storing all of those, right? Alright, we got that dude right there. How many do we have? 50, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 400 out of the 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 out of the 1,000. Okay. So if we want to make the neural quantum processor, we're storing that. We're storing that. We're not storing that yet, but we can store that. Right? And then all we would need to do is add the excited photonic matter. Let's see. You know, I thought about restarting. No, sir. We're only 2 parts away from being finished. I am not thinking of restarting. Spank you very much. Alright, there's the computer. Where's the time? Oh, we're not storing the time capsules yet. We could start storing them over here, right? So what I'm thinking is, since these are the final pieces, right? And one of these final pieces, the neural quantum processor, I could store all of these over here, right? And then as they're being stored and unfed as we need them. Yeah, perfect timing. Yeah. How have you been, sir? Have you been good? Good if you restart. It's not happening. It's not happening. Alright, so this is the only thing I need to fix at Trigon's for. Okay. And time crystal. Okay, and supercomputer, which we have supercomputer being fed. That's not the supercomputer, but it's somewhere over there. It's right there. These aren't the supercomputers, are they? No. Should have 2 being made. Good. I'm glad you're doing good. I mean, you have to be good. How are you gonna bother me if you're not doing good? Right? Okay. I know we already have a split there, but I think we're gonna have to do another split for supercomputers. Right? Might do this backwards from how we thought. So let's flatten out. I do have a blueprint. Where's my blueprint? Yeah, there it is. There we go. I want you to connect. Darn it. Oh, you're gonna be a pain, aren't you? So this last phase seems complicated, but not that bad, if I'm being honest. This floor, though. Like, it's got parts with super fancy names, but it seems like a doable project, you know? Like, we just have 3 parts that we need to make. Well, 4 parts to turn into 2 parts. It does seem like one thing that we will have to deal with is like the dark matter residue, but we can work around that. Okay, so first thing I want to start with, because it's the only one that doesn't need to be belted in, it actually needs to be made, not luminous solution. Where's it at? Excited photonic matter. How are you made in a converter? You're just made from nothing. Okay. Alright, and to be smart about this, right? Neuroquantum processor, which is made in a quantum encoder. Is my stream acting weird, JT? I'm looking at my stuff and it keeps like doing weird stuff. Okay. Water gets put in on the left. Okay. Or liquids, I should say. So if liquids come in on the left, we want the converter, which we're missing 50 of those things. Yeah, it's glitching. Let me see. I'm doing good there. Here it goes again. It could be YouTube. Could be my internet. Internet's running fine though. Stream is showing excellent. BlueStacks is showing good. Yeah, I think it's YouTube, honestly. It pauses for a second, like it's bad signal or something. Yeah. Everything on my end looks like it's running good. My internet's fine. I'm still like full bars. Yeah, I have the stream running on my TV, so like it's very noticeable when something goes awry because I'm not super special and have like a double monitor setup kind of thing going on. Okay, we do finally have these things storing, right? I don't think we do, but regardless, we're gonna do this because we need those. All right. But it only happens on the live. I mean, it still could be. You don't know. Alright, if it's correct and the converter doesn't need anything fed into it, right, we can have that as close to the belt as possible. Because it is taking up the most room for this so far. In case we want to add more belts, right there. Oh, son of a gun. Let's try it again. Right there. Okay. Alright, you are making excited photonic matter from nothing. So I guess this is more of like it's checking, it's like a power check, yeah? Do you have the power just to make things from nothing? Okay, then we have quantum encoder, which we need more of those, which we have an excess of those being made up here, which we might have to go sloop hunting. to double our production on everything. You have a ton in there. Give me those. Because we will need to double. We will. Well, whatever was going on, it seems like it's fixed itself. So maybe my internet... I don't think I've gotten this far in the game, honestly. I mean, I'm on the last phase. I have nuclear pasta being made, right? I have nuclear pasta. The where'd it go? Biochemical sculptor. I have that being made. That's the second part of phase 5. And now we're working on the third part. And before I can do the third part, I need to make neural quantum processors and superposition oscillators. Superposition oscillators is going to be the most annoying, because now we're going to have to deal with backflow from dark matter residue, turning it into dark matter crystals, and we also need to get aluminum sheets down here. And once those two are made, we can make the AI expansion server. And then after that, all we have left is the ballistic warp drive, which we're making the thermal propulsion rocket. We just need to make singularity cells, which are actually not that complicated. We'll already be making superposition oscillators. We just need to make sure we make enough, and I think it's 3. We got 2 here. 6. We need to make sure we're making 6 superpositions. And then we're already going to be making a bunch of dark matter crystals. We just need to make sure we're making enough. Which I know we're making a ton of crystal diamonds, so the question is, are we making enough diamonds? Alright, now, where were we? Quantum encoder. This thing is massive. Jesus. That's what she said. Okay, we need enough room for things to move in. We only need 2 things, right? We only need 2 things. Jeez, we don't need it inside it. I mean, if we only need 2 things, we can just about slap it right here, right? Let's double check. We were making neural quantum processor. 3 things. It does have 3 things, so we'll need to back it up. We will need to back it up. Alright, quantum encoder. We need you to have enough room. One belt comes in, one belt continues, and one belt continues. Why am I falling through that? That's weird. Oh wait, yeah, it's because it's not built yet. Duh. Okay, and then I think it's just 200. No, it's only 75. Look at the blinky lights. Nothing else has that. Okay. Good thing is if we need any more of this photonic matter, we might be able to just use this one thing for all of our excited photonic matter needs. We shall see, though. Alright. Time crystals. 15 per minute. We should... No, we never ran the time crystals to run through here, so we need to do that. We will need probably to run both time crystals and diamonds through there. And we do have enough room, which is good. 30 diamonds. How many diamonds are we making right now? 30? We can bump those numbers up. Not really, but... well, actually, maybe. Because this guy still has a lot he can go, and we have new fancy belt there. So we can definitely bump these diamond numbers up if we need to. If you see right there on the right there where it says 209.5 coal for steel, I just need to make sure there's at least 209.5 coal for up there. But we could definitely be pumping out more diamonds and time crystals. And yada yada. Okay. Now to figure out where to take this to belt it, right? All of these are inbound belts. Maybe what I can do, right? Have it do a quick U-turn. Have it come on up here with this. Right? And then it can run right down here. And then fancy its way on over here. Ooh. Where are you going to again? Regardless, I can have it connect to this right here. Oh, no, that'll be... It needs to be closer than that. It needs to connect... Probably right here. Or somewhere, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe run down here, up and over. And then over again, and into here. Why is this uneven? I just noticed that. Oh well. Yeah, the trick is going to be getting it here, for sure. Let's see. Maybe we can run it straight across. Big rock's gonna be in the way, but we can move over and then up and over. We'd have to go like up and over, kind of like how that one is. And then we can connect it right there. That's probably our best bet. We only need, what, 15 per, right? $15 per minute. We will need to make a storage for the time capsules. Because what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to make a lot more than 15 per. I know, that sounds crazy, right? Oh, dummy. Now everything's backing up. It's all gonna break and crash and... You go in here, straight, overflow, left. Where's you at? Time crystals. Okay. Let's bump our time crystal numbers up. Because we were only making the bare minimum, we can make a lot more. Let's see, 600 makes 30 diamonds. 30 diamonds make 15 time crystals per minute. Well, I guess we could just sloop it. We're gonna need some sloops, man. We might have to go for a sloop hunt again. Maybe I'll do that on my free time. Okay. I think the best way might be to just run it along here. Oof, that's gonna get in the way. Not really, because we can go up and over. About the same spot as right here, yeah. Or we could, instead of going over that, just go around it. Like so. Why bother trying to deal with that rock when we can just go over? I think this would be the safest route we could take. Well, maybe not safest, but probably the smoothest, right? Alright, how many time thingies do we need again? 15 per minute. We need exactly the amount we're making, which is fine. If I remember correctly, that's all the... Nothing else needs the time crystals, right? You don't need the time crystals. You don't need the time crystals. And none of you need the time crystals. Okay, cool. Alright, 15 per minute is Mark 1. Let's belt it out. It's gonna be a little weird, but that's fine. I do want to be over a bit because I know I'm gonna need to bring the diamonds. So I need room to move the diamonds as well. The diamonds is when we're gonna have to definitely increase the coal amount that we're making so we can make more diamonds than what we're currently making. And then we're gonna get to here, right? And then we're gonna want to go, darn you. There we go. Up and over. We need to make sure it's high enough though. That look about right? Let me get on this side of it. That looks about right, right? Hopefully my depth perception is not bad. And then we could probably, right? Instead of like coming down then over, we probably could just run it all the way. So what we need to do, split smartly. About right here. Maybe. Roughly right there. Just noticed that thing was in the way. There we go. Smart splitter. Overflow. Where's the time crystal? Oh, crystal of time. Where be ye? Time crystal. What? Okay, so that'll bring in our time crystal. We are going to have to do something fancy for the smart computer. It's just not going to be that fancy. It's going to be like this and then this, right? Why are you snapping way over there? I want you to snap to this guy. Right there. Why are you off? Probably because the thing's off, yeah. There we go. Now you're even. Alright, how many of the supercomputers do we need? 3. 3 computers per minute. That's an issue. Or a quantum processor. And then it's just you that needs a thorough. You need 4 per minute. Okay. How am I making here? We're making only 3 per minute. Oh, we've run into a problem. So if we're going to be making 4 quantum processors a minute, I mean, we could tone this down to we're only making 1 per minute. I know that sounds weird. Or 2 per minute, right? Because if we're making 2 per minute, we would have to do 1 per minute, just so we can make the right amount of because we are only having 1 extra supercomputer coming out of there, and that's with freaking brain go boop Sommer sloops. So, and we can always bump it up to 2 with Sommer sloops. So let's do that. So 5 crystals, 1 supercomputer. Do I have you backwards? No? I do. That's why you weren't working with me. H, control tap. There we go. Hold up. We might have to get rid of that. which is fine. It's no biggie. That's not also what I wanted to delete. Let's see, where's it at? Smart splitter. What'd I say? Smart splitter? Best thing ever. We are gonna have overflow, and then we're gonna have left supercomputer. So no more storing of supercomputer, unfortunately. Yep. Speaking of supercomputer. Also, I haven't seen one time crystal. I don't think we ever completely finished it, did we? Did we? No, we didn't. Because for some reason we just kind of stopped what we was doing. Where you at? You're about right here, huh? To help me line that up, we're gonna get a conveyor pole, right? Right next to that line, right in the middle. Okay. So about right here. Okay, I'm kind of eyeballing it. And then we're gonna have a merger right there. With said merger, Mark 1. Now what I've always learned is always go higher than what you think it's gonna be. Oh, don't even reach. So since it don't reach, might as well do this. Ah, it's off. We don't like that. That's ugly. There we go. Now the time capsules should start flowing. You're not off again, are you? No, you're not. Okay. Oh, look, time capsules. Cool. All right. Let's see. Now we have one neural quantum processor. We have the time crystals. We have the supercomputer. Now we need the fix-it trigons. And then, of course, the excited photonic matter, but we only need 25. Okay. Fix-it trigons. How do we want to feed them here? We already have it going to at least here. Might have it split off, right? And then come over. Oh, my back. Ah. No, maybe we can have it go into there. Do the same thing we're doing here. Right? Because we can have the fix-it trigons feed through here too. We could also belt them over and then belt them right in here. Like here, right? And just hope it's not in the way of everything else when we know it will be. First things first is making enough fix-it trigons. Splitter. Nope, don't like that. So let's scoot him back. There we go. Okay. Merger. There we go. Now we got fix-it trigons flowing out. We're making 84. And we only need 80. Is that going to work in our favor? Hopefully. Maybe. Probably not. We need 15. So we're not far off. But what we need to do... Ah, that's right, that's what we was not going to do, because there's a possibility that could get in the way. We were going to do some weird stuff. Like so. it's starting to get to the point of ridiculousness, honestly. And fix the trigons. But here's the question, though: is it ridiculous if it works? That's the question, right? Is it ridiculous if it works? Because now we have our that stuff, we have our supercomputer, we have our... Still need to fix this one. What was that, Mark 5? Okay. We have our time crystals. You're not connected yet, huh? There we go. We have our time crystals. Little screw ups here and there, but they're fixing themselves. And then the Trigons should be making their way here any minute. They're gonna come over here, they're gonna loop around. Which I guess we could have done a merger here and done it, but screw it. Overflow. Of that overflow, we want fix it Trigons. To also be sorted here. Okay, it's starting to get a little jammed up in my little storage area. Alright, Trigons, supercomputers, everything seems good. We will need more Trigons. We have plenty of time capsules. This is to make one neural quantum processor. Cool. Okay. Now, oh look, power. We hook everything, all two things. We hook all two things up. Oh no. Let's let that do its thing. Fill the, well, it's working at like 200, is it not? Or is it just 25? Just 25. Use your weird powers to make something out of nothing. Well, I guess it's not nothing, right? Excited photonic matter, I guess, implies that it's dealing with photons, right? Photon light, it's turning like the photon light into a ooh. I want to see that at night. That looks cool. And it's a gas too, which is freaking sweet. Alright, now we hook up this guy. Let's go ahead and do that. Pump it up. Neat. Oh, what's with the glow? I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, what is this thing? Quantum encoder? If I stand in the beam, will it kill me? You know in Halo, the, like, what is it, the mission where you get beamed up in the thing? Kind of makes me think of that. Whoa. Neat. Okay. Quantum encoder is doing its thing. Ooh, we have the dark matter residue to deal with. That's going to be a problem. Alright. There is one way to deal with the dark matter residue that I know of so far, and we'll need it for the superposition oscillators, and that is dark matter crystals, which will need crystal diamonds and dark matter residue. 150 per minute. How much are we making here? Only 25 per minute. That's fine. All right, now where do we make that? Is it a blender? It'd be weird if it's a blender. Particle accelerator. Okay. Let's see where we can be fancy and slap a particle accelerator. Maybe right next to it, yeah? What's blocking me here? Locaterium. Let me get up here. A little bit of radiation never killed anybody, right? Aw. Why does the dark matter residue gotta be like there? I mean, I'm gonna make it work, but that's just kind of annoying. Oh shoot, I had it all good and everything. So right here, that should be good. What are you linking to? That guy? No, because we need room. If we want to do anything with it, this will need to go up and over for sure. And then pipe. Let's run it to about there for now. Alright, and then we can link up with that pipe with the particle accelerator. Yeah, there we go. Now, how close are you gonna let me get? There? That's fine. There we go. Ooh, actually, we'll need to back it up a bit. I know, it's a lot of shifting and moving, but it'll be worth it in the long run. So there's we had it. We need to go back at least one more. No, not that way. So that way things can fit through here. I do like the glow, the dark matter too. Dark matter crystal. We're 25 per minute right now, so let's tone it down. Jeez, we'll need to tone it down a lot. 10? 5? 5 per minute? Okay, and then we will need that right there, because that's where it's going to come from. So. Okay, crystals. Crystals. That's gonna be a jumbled mess. We already have these guys coming up, right? We'll need to do the same thing, but with the crystals. Nope, not there. Here. Alright, how much are we making here? 30 per minute. Let's see how many diamonds we can make. Yeah? Remember, 209.5 is what we need. 209.5. If we max this puppy out, how much that give us? 1200? 1200 minus 209.5 for our iron, 990.5. 990.5. 80, so 50. 49. 49.5. 990. 52. 990.4. Can we get it with 953? There we go. 990.5. That gives us 49.52. Okay. So what we will need to do, upgrade that, and then we will need to upgrade that. Because Mark 5 will not do it. Woo! That is a zoom in. If only I had enough room to get a boost from that. But that's getting the concrete it needs. That's getting the concrete it needs. And we're making, what do we say, 49.5, and we only need 30. 30 minus 49 minus 30. Not divided by, dummy. Minus. That's giving us 19, and I think we only needed 15. Let's go double check. At least for now. We only needed 5. For now. Let's see how much total dark matter crystals we'll need. Okay. 30. Okay. But if we tone this down to 1, like we plan on, right? We will only need 1 oscillator. 1 oscillator. Only needs 6 dark matter residue. Okay. How much are we producing here? We can make more than that. We can make 6. That's doable. Okay, cool. We just need to get the diamonds up here. And then we'll be making more dark matter stuff. Maybe. Till then, let's get the diamonds here for now. And then we'll work on it from there. We need splitter. Making 49 again, so we only need that. That. Then you're gonna come around here. Go, crystals, go. But also sloop it to get even more if we need to. We're gonna need a lot of summer sloops, I think. Haven't been missing out on conversations, have I? Nope. Good. Good, good, good. Get up next to this guy. That's not up next to this guy. There we go. Same stuff, right? think I have a creative way. That's not really creative, it's... You're not even. There we go. That's how I'm gonna deal with this too. That train barely makes it, man. That's also not even. Oh well. It should be... Looks like it should be... First off. Here. Oh, you dummy. Yep, that's even. Alright, fixing that. Do I need to? No. Am I going to? Yes. Very much so. Alright, so what we can do is be creative. Be creative. And instead of putting a whole new splitter, we have this whole other side we're working with, right? So why don't we do this? You're backwards. Getting real close to that spaghetti territory. Tell you what. No, we can't do that. No, no, no. No. We can't do that. We can't just go up and over, though. That's fine. So you're just gonna go... right here. Ta-da! Alright, time crystals should be on their way. Damn, can't just slap those in there. That's fine. We have storage for them. Bam. Ah, that's a place we could put it. So I need a place, right, to dump my junk. Giggity. Best place to do that would be right here. Dink, 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 dink. There we go. Yeah, don't need to overcrowd it, just enough. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Oh, I gotta stretch my back out. You know, carrying this company takes a lot out of you. Alright, we only have 25 dark matter residue coming in. Luckily, we have a lot of diamonds coming in. We don't need to do any what's the word I'm looking for? We don't need to do any ticketing of those, so they can just kind of stay how they is. Let's hook this guy up so he can start working. He's still waiting on the diamonds, though. Do I have any diamonds on me? No. Diamonds are coming though. Days are coming. All right, since we're waiting on the diamonds, let's let the diamonds do their thing. All right, now that we have dark matter crystals, using up the dark matter residue, we can start on the superposition oscillators. The most annoying of the superposition oscillators, which also needs a quantum encoder, which we might be able to slap like right there. So we can move the pipe that's making that over. Let me get up here. Because that pipe can just go straight across. We can move that guy. That's no problem. I know, like, once I unhook him, he's going to really, like, screw with stuff. No, he won't. Because I can just do this. I can't reach him, but... Alright, move him. Probably about right here. And then you. Hook to him. And then you. Hook to... Why are you too long? Why are you too long? Why are you too long? Ha Thank you. I'll be here all week. We'll slap him right here. And then there. And then with that there, we will need to... Look at that. And it's like nothing was unhooked at all, right? I see blue over there. I see green over there. I see yellow over there. Everything is still running. Good job, me. Thank you, me. Now we have some crystals backed up, so I think we can safely start this guy now. And he will make dark matter crystals. I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings with this, but we're gonna blow this guy up. Hopefully these rocks too. And this rock in those bushes. Yeah. Alright. I'm still concerned. Am I think I am making AI limiters enough. No, it might not be. If I'm not, I'll have to like sloop them or something. Let's go see. Whee! Oh yeah, get that speed, boy. Okay, where are my AI limiters? Okay, so we are storing those. Sweet. Okay, cool. Unless that was unhooked, not hooked right. We'll see. I'll have to go back and look. There's my AI limiters. Alright, how many do we need? 3. How many are we making? 3. Shit. We might have to make a whole AI limiter thing on its own. Oh, wait. We can make more. We can double that number. Well, a little bit more than that. We can like make 5 or something. But that's still not going to be enough. Whew. I like the glow that it's making. Makes it seem important over here. Parts. Superposition. If we're only making 1, we only need 1. Okay, we can deal with that. The problem is aluminum sheets. Now, one thing I'm thinking about doing is just manually loading it myself, right? Because we're right there at the end, right? We're right there. Hold on, let me get back in there. We're right there at the end, right? We just need these 2 pieces left. And I could, right, work on get the aluminum down here. We need at least 2 superpositions. At least 2. Okay, so hold on. Let's think about this. So we need at least 2 superpositions. So we need 2 crystal oscillators. I think we can work that though. 12 dark matter crystals. We'll see how that goes when we add the dark matter residue that we're making from this. And then go from there. We'll probably need more though than what we're making. Okay. Whoa. But yeah, I'm thinking of just feeding the aluminum myself. Because we're right there, right? Once I make that ballistic warp drive, we're done. And is it really worth the effort of building a train line that comes there and then all the way down here when I could just fly up there, grab a ton of aluminum and bring it down here? See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So that is my thought process right now. Is why bother bringing it down here when I can be the belt? What if I do drones? Oh my goodness, there are drones. How could we do drones though? You know what? I'm gonna go onto the think tank and think about it. Talking about the toilet, by the way. I'm gonna have a quick bathroom break. I hope you can do the same, gives you time, and I will be back in a second. And while I'm gone, tell me your thoughts. Right? It'll be my first time using drones. Why not, right? Okay, I'm back, y'all. I hope everyone didn't leave. Looks like everybody stayed. Yeah, everyone's still here. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so what I was thinking. Alright. Well, that's gonna use aluminum anyways. That takes aluminum solution. This is a pretty easy thing, but I don't really have those all next to each other. Alright, but what if... Well, that's a long way for it to travel. Let me look something up. Drones, Satisfactory, right? Okay, so if we... Oh, we'd have to package it. Packaged fuel, packaged turbo fuel, battery, packaged rocket fuel, packaged iodines, uranium, and plutonium. Drones only one home port, which is the port the drone is built on. No additional drones can be built on a drone port, but multiple drones can use it as their destination port. Multiple drones are waiting to be unloaded at the same time. That sucks. Too bad they don't use biofuel. Oh, if they would just use biofuel, that'd be nice. But the least they can use is fuel. What we could do, based on the distance, right? Oh, I wonder if we could. So if we don't use battery, right, we still have drones, right? There's two places that we're making fuel. One is our fuel up here. We could knock out a generator. We have plenty of power. What's the plan? All right, so I need aluminum plates. Well, let me show you what I've got so far, right? Don't look at it yet. I'm not allowing you to see it until I get to a higher ground. That's what we got so far. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna run into problems later on, but I'm hoping things work itself out. But what I need, because I'm already about to work on it, the AI expansion, I know, or sorry, superposition oscillators, I know I need a minimum of 2. But the aluminum sheets is the problem. Now I'm making aluminum sheets, but those aluminum sheets are being made up here. Now, I don't like the idea of building another train to come all the way over and all the way down. But what I do have are drones. So the plan is to come up here to my fuel station, get rid of an entire fuel generator, because I don't need it. I really don't. I'm nearing the end, and this gap really has not gotten that much smaller. I still haven't even hit 100,000 megawatts of power. So the idea is to come up here, knock it out, and make a drone that'll come up here, pick up the aluminum sheets, fly down here, and drop the aluminum sheets off, and then come back up here and fuel up, and then have this triangular motion. Right? The question is will it make the distance? It should, right? Off of fuel. Yeah, minimalist build for sure. But that should work, right? That distance shouldn't be far enough. Coordinates are about, what's that, 25? About 2,000? Dude. I mean, the only way to know for sure is to just do it, right? So to make the superposition, we need quantum encoder again, which we can place here. Might as well line it up with that guy, yeah. Right there. Yeah, I know it doesn't travel too fast, and with how little we need, as long as it can make the distance, we should be good. My only other option is rocket fuel over here, but then it would have to fly all the way up here, down and over, right? So, best thing we can do is try transport, drone port. Oh my. A little bit more massive than oh no, I need those things. I don't have those things. It's like the one thing I'm not making. It really sucks, man. Every time, you know, sometimes it sucks having a job. Just as I get people watching, right at the moment that I'm gonna have to get off
Use
soon.
of these products invalidates any warranty. Function not guaranteed.
Function not guaranteed. That's nice. Yeah, we got things being made. Okay, where were we? Don't get distracted. Don't let Ada distract you. Drone port. Alright. We only need outbound, right? Apology. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a way for me. I could just use it to my advantage to, like, talk people into subscribing and all that jazz. I don't need an inbound. We just need an outbound, so I should be able to slap it here, right? Ooh, neat drone port. And then drone. Missing materials. Oh, you need a Y. Oh man, even more reason. If I were to tell any new person, make the effort to automate portable miners. Yep. That empty platform drone. There we go. There we go. See, why can't we just have something maybe a little bigger than this, right? Have it 4 blades, you know, just a little bigger with a cockpit right in the middle that we can just fly. Is that too much to ask? You know? Alright, let's get over here and do as we said. Because, yeah, if this works, it saves us hours of build time building a track all the way back there. And it should move more than enough aluminum that I need. I mean, I think I only needed like 9 aluminum per minute. My tip for new players, the first to beat the game, only using biogenerator. Be the first to beat the game only using biogenerators. I mean, I feel like with summer sloops, I mean, it's gonna suck because you're gonna have to continuously refill them. And you'd have to be quick. You'd have to be real quick because you do have a finite amount of fuel. There's a lot of it, but it is finite. Oh, hells to the no. Yeah, I don't think the power output's there, is it? All right, so what we need to do pumping nice and good, aren't you? Barely. You know, it seems like everything's kind of evened out up here. Everything seems to be running smoothly now. Oh, snap. No, I don't need to make a whole new one. You know what we're gonna do? You're gonna have to pack your fuel for the drones, I think. That's fine. You know, I was kind of sad I didn't use this, but now I'm kind of glad. Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Where the hell you at? Ahaha! We have a whole node we're not using for anything. So guess what it's going to be used for? Let's see. Do we need to... Oh, snap. Woo! Gave me a little shave there, man. Alright, do we need to package it? I'm not seeing anything for... Yeah. Alright, that's fine. So, what we're gonna do... Oil extractor, there it is. Okay. We're gonna use this one to make the fuel we need to fuel our drones. That is awesome. Not using this one turned into our advantage. I thought it was a mistake, turned out to be a good thing. My fuel is perfect number. Yeah, my fuel is perfect. It makes exactly the amount that we need. I do kind of want to like update it and get rid of the packagers, but there's no real need. I would probably do that for fun on my own. But yeah, so we get to make drones. I don't know why in my headcanon I was so driven on having drones run by batteries because I found that really good blueprint, alternate blueprint, but it's not necessary because, you know, of course these are gonna go into heavy oil residue, and then we can use the blender, right? use the blender, which is so weird that it makes parts like that in a blender. You know? Like a how. Anyways, I can use the diluted fuel recipe. And probably as many as I need to make what we need. Oh yeah, one sloop on one machine? Most definitely. Yeah. I wouldn't need to like, because this is... I think it's just a normal. Not even. I think it's an impure. Oh, it's a normal. It's a normal, so I can use as much as this normal oil right here with the... I hate to burst your bubble, Oki, but I'm about to get off, man. I gotta get off. I gotta do my nightly workout, which is kind of weird, but yeah. But tomorrow we get to mess with drones. That drones is gonna pick up the aluminum sheets we need. Luckily, I fixed all that. That doesn't seem like far of a travel. So it's gonna go, the drone's gonna go from here to there, and then it's gonna drop off, which I don't know why I built the drone on there. It needs to be built down here. This needs to be home base. Sheets, drop off, home, and hopefully that's enough. It's just as my internet looks like it's starting to go kind of wonky. But if you're new here and you want to see me screw up all the drones, hi Oki, just in time to say bye. Take a shot of Fireball for me. But yeah, if you're new here and you want to see me possibly go crazy because the drones aren't going to work right, hit that subscribe button, man. Really appreciate it. The more subscribers we get, the more we can go to, you know, doing our own thing and not having to work. Well, do this for work. But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Do all the YouTube things. Likes, subscribes, all that. Watch my other stuff too. I got some good stuff out there. Like Subnautica. It's great. Promise. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye.